What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and
Hi.
today we've got another realignment video. A realignment video that I've had to record like 5
I'm
fucking
fucking
times
pissed
before
off.
this, so hopefully this is the last time. We've realigned all of the major North American sports leagues, the NFL, the MLB, the NHL, the NCAA twice, and now we finally have the NBA realignment. Today, the NBA is made up of 30 teams that are split up into two conferences, the Western and the Eastern. Well, with the way that I align this league, those aren't going to work. So we're going to go with the National and the American, giving a little nod to some of the league's history with the ABA. Kind of similar to the NFL with the way they do the NFC and the AFC. Also, speaking of the NFL, if you haven't seen my NFL realignment video, you should check that out because it's basically what kicked off all of these concept videos. So let's get into divisions now, starting with the American West, made up of the Portland Trailblazers, Sacramento Kings, Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, and Los Angeles Clippers. It's the West Coast Conference of the NBA. It runs from Oregon to California, where we'll see most of the Pacific Division stick around while the Blazers are taking the place of the Suns. The Suns are over in the Central Division, along with the Utah Jazz, Denver Nuggets, Oklahoma City Thunder, and Dallas Mavericks. Got some other divisional rivalries here still from the Northwest with the Jazz, Nuggets, and Thunder. I don't normally like splitting up teams that are in the same state, but I like the Mavericks fit into this division because of the other two Texas teams, the Spurs and the Rockets, are in the South, and they're being joined by the New Orleans Pelicans, Orlando Magic, and Miami Heat. This one's kind of fun. We've already covered the West Coast Conference. Now we're kind of covering the Gulf Coast Conference of the league. But guess what? We have an East Coast Conference, kind of. Because over to the National Conference, we have the East Division consisting of the Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Brooklyn Nets, Philadelphia 76ers, and Cleveland Cavaliers. Got an in-state rivalry with the Knicks and the Nets. Got the Celtics and 76ers, and of course, the Boston and New York rivalry between the Knicks and the Celtics. And look, I didn't want to put the Cavs in here, but it made the most sense with what I was going for. They're up in northeastern Ohio. I know it's right next to Detroit because the North Division is going to have the Detroit Pistons, Toronto Raptors, Chicago Bulls, Milwaukee Bucks, and Minnesota Timberwolves. So we've got all the teams up here in the north, mostly around the Great Lakes. 3 of the 5 Central Division teams are back in this division, with the Raptors kind of replacing the Cavs and the Timberwolves replacing the Pacers. Well, the Pacers are technically going to be staying in the Central Division because we now move on to the final division, Central. Tagging along are the Washington Wizards, Charlotte Hornets, Atlanta Hawks, and Memphis Grizzlies. This division just kind of cleans up the mess that this realignment started to make because we have a team in Memphis coming over from the Western Conference in a division full of former Eastern Conference teams. I think it's pretty cool. Well, that's my realignment. Let me know what you think of this realignment. What would you do better? I might make some more of these, but it's going to have to be a little bit more niche, I suppose. You might be seeing some like D2 football realignments. But for now, that's all I've got for you guys today. So thank you so much for watching. But until the next video, see you later.